1949, after I got my last roll of cotton ticket. And my uncle got me a job with a friend of his that was wiring residential. That means houses, right? Till I could get me a better job. I had some applications I was going to put in and all that. But anyway, he said, I know where to put you to work. Make some money while you're waiting on your job. He said, I got a friend of mine that's contracting subdivisions, new homes. They had a big project going out there on Tutwiler and Summer. Y'all know where that is?
Well, exactly where it is.
On Tutwiler, and anyway, I went to work with his son that Monday morning. But anyway, let's go on and skip about, that was in 49. I got in the apprenticeship program at the Union Hall, went through 4 years of apprenticeship training and working on the job. And I wound up at Crown Electric Company. I was already a journeyman, go out and do work on my own, take my apprentice and go do the job. And I was on the trouble truck. Y'all know what that is? Get short calls. When you get a call, I had the radio on the truck. You got somebody broke down somewhere. Go out, get it together and go. So anyway, about one Monday, Tuesday morning, my boss called me at home before I left to go to work. His name was James Tippah. You ever heard of the Tippahs from Ashland? Anybody ever heard of the Tippah name? Tippahs from Ashland, and James Tippah had went in business in Memphis and called his business Crown Electric Company.
Heard of that?
And so anyway, let's see. I'm trying to think now. I wound up at Crown Electric Company. I got burned out on one of them companies I've been working for. We got a bad superintendent. Me and him couldn't get along too good, so I went to Union Hall and went out to Crown Electric. And I'd been there a little while, and Tip saying I could cut the mustard and do the work. And he put me on this short call truck. So one Monday morning, he called me real early before I left home. He said, would you go by over and help Ben pull that feeder in over there on Highland Street at that, what was it, Dairy Queen? Dairy Queen. Y'all remember when they started building the Dairy Queens in Memphis? Ice cream joints, burgers, like McDonald's. That was the second one they built in Memphis. So that was over on Highland. They got already finished one in Frazier. It was in operation. We done finished it. They wanted to go by and help Ben pull the main feeder in. The electrical feeder has been running on temporary. And that's a big item. You got a conduit coming down the pole about that big around, about 4 big wires about that big around in to feed that building. And it was almost finished. The man that was having it built, now this is going to be a long drawn out deal now. I got to tell it all off to get some. The man that was having it built was pacing the floor when I got out there. Man, it was April, it was getting warm weather, he was getting wanting to pull that lever and sell that ice cream. And he was pacing the floor. So you had about 2 carpenters, about 2 or 3 painters, and men old men out there to do the electric work. And when I drove up, went in, I said, Ben, what do you need me for? He said, we got to pull this service in. I said, well, I know what that is. I know what the main feeder is. I said, where's the help at? He said, we ain't got no help. I said, now wait a minute. That thing you got, that's 440. That's a big old wire, 4 of them, going down the conduit, down the pole, in under the driveway and up into equipment room. Takes about 8 people to do that job. I said, where's the rest of them at? He said, I said, you better get on that phone up there and get some help. We ain't gonna string all that wire out here when we got more help than we got. I said, by the way, where's your material at? He said, well, Elvis is on his way out here with it. Just talked to shop. So in a little bit, I was up front doing little things like putting covers on and all that, and covers on lights. It just about finished up. The building was just about finished. I saw this old black 49 Ford pickup come in like you going in McDonald's down there coming in, for the drive-in. That thing come over that thing like this. just jumping. I mean, it was moving on. Well, Elvis would not unload one piece of material off of his truck when you came in with an order. Because that man went out there that had called it in and took his list and checked it off as he unloaded it. And I found out later why he did that. He had left off material a time or two of some item, and whenever he'd leave and go back home, the electrician or the mechanic would got looking through all his material. Well, where's my so-and-so? Something we left off. You know what I mean? It's all shot. It's all glad it's different. Where's my so-and-so? And she would chew Elvis out. She would eat him up. And he got to where he didn't like it chewing out. So he would always have you check your list with his list when he unloaded. This time when he came in that truck, jumped that driveway, I got to tell all this. Now, y'all may get bored.
No,
I got to tell it like I remember. But anyway, when I saw that old black truck come in, a 494 truck that they'd been using on the job, but they just started using it for a delivery truck. I saw that thing come over, that thing like that. It come on in. It wasn't but a little bit. I thought Ben was back there helping him unload. The man was running the job. I thought he was back there in the back, unloading in that closet. Next I looked up and seen that thing going out over here. You know, it's like going out at McDonald's. I saw that truck taking up and going. Well, I seen old Ben walking up through the aisle there, and I said, "Did you unload it? Did you unload that material?" He said, "Where? Who?" I said, "Elvis come in just now and unloaded went back there to unload the material. You didn't unload him?" Because he wouldn't, Elvis, at any time, he wouldn't unload nothing until you checked it off. This day, he had an appointment at 11 o'clock to cut a record for his mom a birthday present. And it was 10:30 then. And he was way out there on Southern, and Second and Main and Union was a long ways from there. You know what I mean? No expressways then. So all he had on his mind was cutting that record that day, that time, 11 o'clock appointment. So he went out there and just dumped all that material off on concrete out there. He took off. Well, when I saw him going out, I seen Ben. I said, "Ben, he's getting away." I said, "Did you unload that material?" He said, "No." Well, he got away, but there's a lot of traffic on Highland. Just, like this. He couldn't get out. He was just sitting there waiting. So Ben, he got out the door right quick, and he done his whistle. Nothing like that. Stopped him. And there was stopped. And anytime Elvis Presley put a truck or anything like that in gear to back up or go forward, he'd burn the tires on it. He done a wheel, backing up. Smoked the tire a little bit. So Ben sat out there a while with him. I could see him out there talking. Elvis sitting in the truck, his arm up like this. I could see him out through the glass window. And I saw Elvis punch his watch like this. And he took off. Left old Ben standing there. Ben came on back in. Ben smoked them old big bar-tan cigars. He come back in, he lit one that done went out. He lit it back up, come on back in. I said, "Well, how come he ain't gonna stand and help us pull that wire?" See, Gladys had done told us to keep him out there to help us. Did what we could. He said, "Well, he's got to go uptown somewhere and cut a record for his mama birthday present. And today's the deadline." He said, I said, "Well, you better get on that horn right there and call Gladys. I ain't gonna string the wire out. We're not gonna get down here and string it out on the ground till we get some help." He got back on the phone, called Gladys. I didn't hear her end of it. But she told him, he told me later, "I'm gonna fire him and that DAM guitar and his music. That's all I hear is Elvis and his music. That's all I hear." I said, and I thought, well, she ain't gonna do that. But about 4 or 5 days later, I was on the truck, on the call, and went in one afternoon and shot pretty early. About 3 or 4 days after that, and I heard that she had fired him. The next morning, after he went in from that day, the next morning when he went in the shop, picked the truck up, she sent him back home. Oh, well, of course, he was just a punk kid then. He was just a nobody, like, what I mean, nobody didn't think much about it. anyway, Tip, the boss, wasn't there the morning that she fired him, or he would have kept him. Tip liked him, he knew the material. Had a little black guy in the back there, didn't know that material. And Elvis could deliver it, he knew it. So he was in a band, had a lot of work breaking, had a lot of work, springtime work blooms. And so he got on the phone that morning and called Elvis's house and asked him would he come back and help him again. After that, he done fired him. Well, Elvis was big-hearted enough to come back and did. Come back and helped him out. When that record started spinning, Elvis Presley didn't need no Crown Electric Company. Because he's going to go. He didn't need Crown Electric Company no more. So it went from there to I know. Let's see. Now let me get back to when he came down and picked his record. Sam Phillips was owner of Sun Records down in Union and Maine, I believe is what they said. So anyway, Bill Black bought a house in the subdivision across the railroad track where me and her lived. A new house in the subdivision. That was his bass player. Turned out to be his bass player, Bill Black. And we traded the same Texaco station right there at Graham and Chelsea. And I'd see him once in a while after he started making show dates. Bill and Scotty. And Bill said that how they met him, they was going on Saturday morning after they got off from their jobs. Bill worked at Ace Appliance and then Scotty worked at Firestone. Building fire, and they'd go in on Saturday morning down to Sun Studios, see if anybody wants some accompaniment, you know what I mean, somebody to fill in and make a record with their music. And they went in that Saturday morning and Elvis had cut the record that Wednesday, about 3 days before. Made the record, but hadn't come and picked it up yet. And Bill said him and Scotty was in there Saturday morning and said, as soon as they walked in the door, Sam Phillips said, come in boys, I want y'all to hear something. I want y'all to hear something different here. So that's kind of like it. Elvis hadn't picked his record up yet. He put it on turntable, started playing it. And Bill said halfway through that song, he said, is he black or white? He said, he's white boy. He's a white boy, young kid.
Talk louder.
He said, anyway, he said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll call him to come pick his record up. It's ready. I'll just call him right now and tell him to come on down and pick it up. It wasn't about 3 or 4 blocks north of where they was at on Vance Street. So he called him. Elvis come on down there in some kind of old jalopy and come on in and.
Not before you did.
What?
Before you did, they done their part with it.
Well, wait a minute now. Elvis comes in, and Sam said, well, you ready to pick up, you ready to go? He said, I guess you want to turn it a little bit before you go. I said, yeah, put it on. But Bill and Scotty, in the meantime, before he got down there, went back there in the back with that, and they put that bass and that hot guitar in it on a tape. I don't know whether another record is tape, I guess. So anyway, Sam said, well, after it played Elvis, he liked his original, just him and his little guitar. He liked it pretty good, he's satisfied with it. Sam said, well, wait a minute, I want you to hear another one. He said, we don't mean to, we went over your head, we didn't mean to, get out of the way, but I want you to hear another one. And he put that one on there with Bill and Scotty. And they fell right in there with it. No Scotty Moore could pick that guitar, what you talking about. Y'all know that. Y'all heard all that.
I thought she was looking for you.
And so they sitting there and Bill was standing up. So he was standing up there listening to it. And said, man, when old Bill and Scotty come in there with that bass and that electric guitar. Bill said, man, where'd this come from? They followed his career, the rest of his career. Put on. But old Bill and Scotty. But anyway, getting back to when Bass fired it, I had left Crown, and then another guy named Charlie Ray. steam plant was built, the generator, one that furnishes all the power down there now, down on Mississippi River. I wanted to get some good and heavy industrial electric work, you know, instead of just making work, and it's work everywhere then. I mean, work was booming. DuPont was building, International Harvester and all that. And so I went to the Union Hall one morning and got a referral, much as at a steam plant. I want to get on some big stuff, you know. I was down there about 2 years. Elvis had done started making movies, but then he done got whirling on. And me and an old boy named Troy Ray left that day and went to the steam plant. About 2 years later, that thing was dying down, getting draggy, you know what I mean, getting close to the end of it. So I went to the Union Hall one Monday morning just to go by and see what they had on the book, you know. Went in the dispatcher's office. He said, here's the book. Usually they wouldn't let you look at the book. They just said, here's the book, find what you want to do. So I started thumbing through the book. Had 2 wiremen, Crown Electric Company, who we'd lived 2 years before. And I like to work for Tip. He's a good guy. He's a good old country boy from over there. Had good work, good clean work. I seen that 2 wiremen, Crown Electric. Now about that time I looked out the window. I seen old Troy Ray that had left over when I did 2 years before. I saw him coming up the steps. And when he got in there where he could see me through the glass, I said, come here. Come here, man. Came in there. I said, read this right here. 2 wiremen, Crown Electric. He said, give me a referral while you're in there. I know what you're going to do. Give me one. I got some guys over here I'm going to talk to a minute. So I went in dispatcher's office and got us a referral to Crown, back to Crown. Where we'd been 2 years before. That good work. They had moved from a little rinky-dink thing down on Lauderdale, little building, little house, what they'd been before. They didn't come up in the world 2 years. They had a big, nice warehouse thing out there on Scott Street, right off of Poplar. Scott, they didn't have deluxe. I knew where they was at. So anyway, I got Troy's referral on that, and I said, yeah, I'm gone. I'm put you go to work. I got to get on the payroll. So anyway, Troy, he got in his rig, whatever he was driving, we followed and went on out to Scott. It was about 9:30 or 10 o'clock. All the people had done went to work, you know, by that time. Went in there looking for Gladys. I knew she was running the office. Went in the front door. Nobody was at that big main office. Nobody was there. I said, well, wait a minute. This thing's open. Somebody's got to be here. So we started walking down the hall, looking at that big old nice work, that building they had from what they had before. Man, they was uptown then in that big office. Walked down there directly, I heard a voice back there somewhere on down the hall. I heard a voice. So I followed it on down there, and Troy was following me. We got on down to where we could hear the voice, and there was a door about just a little bit open. We pushed that door open, and there was Gladys in there, had her a private office down there, where she'd go down and get away from the big office when she needed to. Had a phone to her head. We walked in there, just stuck her head at the door, had her referrals in her hand, her envelopes. She looked at me and seen us and said, well, haven't I seen you guys somewhere before? I said, get on in here. We need you on the job now. You need to be out there right now. Boy, she was something else. She was a dago. Ain't no dagos in here. Anyway, we went on in there and said, yeah, Miss Gladys. We like to blow them up, you know, make her really feel like a millionaire and all that stuff, you know. Yeah, Miss Gladys said, we're broke and hungry again. We need a job. And handed her referrals. But she went over there and got on another desk over and started writing out all her paperwork and all that. And old Troy, he was a man. He was a cutter. I'm telling you, he was something else. He hit me on the arm. Said, look yonder, behind her chair at that desk, there was a life-size, big as that door right there, a life-size painting of Elvis Presley after he done got to making music with them long sideburns, and the guitar hanging on his back, and that collar turned up behind his head. He done started making Las Vegas, you know, shows. That was on the wall behind her chair. Now remember, she fired him. She fired me said, don't forget this now. I'm getting to it. And old Troy, I said, Troy, you leave that woman alone now. I said, I need a job. She'll send us back to Holland. You get her mad. I said, you be quiet. You just be quiet. Right there on her desk, she had another one. What do you call these little ones like that? That sits on it? Yeah. She had another one just like that one sitting on her desk. And he could not have it. Oh, sorry. When she come back in there to give us our paper, we had to sign our papers and all that. He said, Gladys, he picked that up off the desk. He said, Gladys, did you fire this boy one time? I can't say the words she said. She said, no, way. If you ever tell anybody, I said, damn lie. Don't ever tell nobody. No way. Okay, we won't. And she took it, jerked that picture out of his hand. Said, that's my baby.
Well, JBL, I heard once when they was building this Tippah County Hospital, I can't remember.
Did you get a good picture?
I heard it, right?
Huh?
That Elvis was driving a brick truck.
A brick truck?
Yeah, hauling brick in there when they started building this hospital and.
Could have, but now Elvis, as far as I know, from all I knew about him and remember and talked to people, he wasn't a big rig driver.
Okay.
He was not a
Yeah,
big rig
that'd be a
driver.
pretty big rig of the day, you know.
I think the movie they made out of it.
I don't think he ever did that. I don't think he did. He was just the small stuff.
When they said truck driver, they was talking about Crown Electric truck, weren't they?
You talking about that 49
His little
Ford.
49 4 3/4 ton black truck about wore out from doing other calls. They bring them in and use them for delivery trucks. Yeah, that's what he was in when he brought us that material.
Was it smoking like motel? We got a lot of miles.
You know, I don't remember ever smoking. But I tell you what, now, there's another thing I need to add to this.
Go ahead.
He would come in, if he brought a load of material on the job, and it was break time, for everybody, you know, coffee time, 9:30, or whatever, he brought it in, and nobody wouldn't go out there and unload it, he'd come in, sit down, and just sit over quiet like this, waiting for everybody to get through, to go out there and unload his truck. And some of them guys in there would get on him once in a while, and said, why don't you go up to Union Hall, get an apprenticeship program, and get in electric work where you can make some money someday. You ain't gonna never make no money driving that truck. He just sat there like this. He just sat there and wouldn't say nothing. You know what we found out years ago? A good while later, his mother did not want him to do electric work, afraid to get electrocuted. See, they then lost his twin brother at birth. He was their only child. But he didn't want to tell us that. He did too embarrassed to tell us that, you know. But they said that's why he wouldn't go up and get in the apprenticeship program and be an electrician. So they paid a lot more money than driving a truck. But he didn't tell that, but I found that out some way later. I don't know.
Well, you never did accomplish the salary he made then by working in the electrical field.
Well,
I want to tell my story about Jerry Lewis. I want to tell my story about.
Let me thank WL.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
But you know, it's just wonderful to hear my hometown and all the streets and places in it just reviewed. I mean, I feel like a redheaded stepchild at a family picnic here sometime. I don't know anybody, but he just took me all around Memphis. I've been on every one of those corners at one time or another. I've even been to an Elvis concert.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, tickets of $5. We had to sit so far back in Elvis Auditorium we needed binoculars. So it was worth it. And Pat went to see him at Hims High School one time, and his concert was 25 cents a ticket. They were raising money for band uniforms.
Brother Jerry, may I share this with Mr. Clemmer? Last year at my Capitol convention, I went to the Louisiana Hayride, and that's when he was just beginning to come into music, and they made him, and I have pictures there I made. I'll bring them to you.
I'm glad you brought that up about the Louisiana Hayride.
Yes.
When he got getting those things, they invited him down there.
Right.
That's where he found his drummer at.
Yes.
DJ Fontana.
And I have
Remember
a
that?
picture of his guitar player. He drove the bus on the tour, that we took last year at the convention. I'm sorry, but I wanted to share that with
Yeah.
you.
I always share my story about Elvis.
Lay it on us. What, Jerry Lee?
No, I'll get him later.
Oh,
Yeah, Elvis's mother was in the hospital when my mother was there. And we combined forces and ordered Cobalt, a plane to go up to Huntsville and bring Cobalt for our mothers. And they gave this Cobalt to them, and I was sitting out on a gurney. It was awful. And I was crying, and we would cry together. But the doctor said the reason they gave Cobalt back then, it dried the fluid, it killed the odor, and it made dying easier. But we would meet, and the tears would come down mine, and his too. He would cry too. But that was my experience. He was so kind and gentle and caring for his mother. I liked him.
I didn't know about Gladys. She was in the hospital at the same time.
You know about Cobalt too, don't you?
My grandmother had cobalt.
My family moved to Memphis and Whitehaven, which was not part where his Graceland is.
Yes.
And it was not part of Memphis at that time. We moved there in 1967, so that was 45 years ago. I met Elvis on 51 there, now it's called Elvis Presley Boulevard, on his motorcycle one day. Also, I saw him at a car lot one time, and when he was out of town, they would leave the gates of Graceland open, and you could walk all the way up to the front door. I've done that several times. And his uncle was a security guard there at the gate. And you could always talk to him. And,
His name was Rester.
yeah, but you could always tell when he was out of town, they'd leave the gate open. And that subdivision, which is this side of Graceland, at Christmas time, each street was designated as something. Like one street would be Candy Cane Lane, and every house would have a candy cane out by the mailbox. One would be Santa Claus Lane and all this. And a lot of people from Memphis would come to that subdivision just to see all the lights, this, that, and the other. We always heard, I don't know if this is true, that church right next to Graceland, that he built that for his mother. And we always heard, but I don't know, that there was an underground tunnel from Graceland to that church.
I never did hear that.
And that way, didn't have to go. It's right next to Graceland. And now I don't know if that was ever confirmed, but that was the tale at the time.
You don't have to confirm. It's a good story. Just keep telling it. I love that.
It was kind of like common knowledge.
Yeah.
I took it as being bare fact. I can't prove it.
It's true.
That's known as Bellevue, when we lived there in 62, Bellevue Avenue, which turned into what, 51?
Yeah, we was 51. It was a highway to
Well,
me.
if you're in Memphis, it's Bellevue Avenue.
Yeah, that's downtown.
Yeah, well, where Lamar, I don't know how it's further in town, but the junction of Lamar and I've heard that Lamar and Bellevue, the junction of Lamar and Bellevue, it might have been where Bellevue started.
No, it crossed it.
Y'all know where Elvis's first home was that he bought for his mother and daddy?
Yeah,
Out on Alderman Park,
Yeah.
after off Park Avenue, close to the Veterans Hospital.
Yes.
That's the first home.
He had that nice fence and gate put up
He
there.
had them big steel gates up and all that stuff right there.
He had to get out of there. I mean, he was, as I understood, the tension was getting too bad, because everybody knew him, knew where he was. Traffic was horrible.
They said they had more complaints up at City Hall about all the traffic going by their homes. They had some above average homes out there. These people weren't used to all that melee stuff out there,
But the shop he worked for went out there and wired the house for Christmas, with Christmas lights one Christmas.
Yeah.
Out there on Alderman Park.
Yeah, we did that.
When he was a young boy, he'd get a ride to Walmart. And he'd get his guitar and sit out in front of the drugstore, and we'd all go down and sit with him. And we would put money for him to catch the bus. And we all paid him enough that he could get the bus and get into Memphis. But we liked
Was that
it.
at Walmart?
That was at Walmart.
It was?
And they were kind to us when we'd go out to his Graceland.